All right, YouTube. I know you don't see nothing but a black screen. Let me tell you why. My lights off. They got cut off. Not because I didn't pay my bill, but there's a power outage in my neighborhood. But I'm gonna do my video anyway. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. I gotta go to work, so I'm up early. It's like 3:30 something right now. I'm supposed to be waking up at 5 o'clock, 5:15. I got like five different. Well, let me see. I got two different alarms to wake me up. One alarm to tell me to get in the car. One alarm to tell me to get out of the car when I get to work. All right, so get in the car to get to work, get out of the car. So I got four different alarms to take me to work. A lot of people wonder why my attendance is so good, but that's that. I don't expect a lot of people to come today, but I don't know. Neither here nor there. I'm going there and do what I do regardless. But this video ain't about that. This video is about what? My gym schedule and my plans for the future. All right, math-based fitness. Set the bar high. What do I mean by that? A lot of my goals are far-fetched. All right. Um, when I cut back down, I'm like 184 or something right now, morning weight. But when I cut back down diet wise, my body weight is going to be probably 170 even, give or take. And I want to reach I want to get back to 315 or better on bench press. I want to get back to 405 pounds or better on squat. I want to get close to 600 pounds as possible in these last couple months of the year. All right, it's November 9th, I think, give or take. I don't know. Um, so we got a little more than a month and a half before New Year's. So by time New Year's, I want to be at least halfway to those goals. And I'm going to be cutting probably the last week of November, or I'm kind of thinking of last week of November or the first week of December. It's most likely to be the last week of November to give myself room. All right. Um, I want to be as ripped as possible before New Year's because I know New Year's is coming, and I was gonna get cut anyways. But I'm gonna treat it kind of like a bodybuilder show versus myself, like I did last time. But it's also to motivate people to to lose weight the way I do it, to show you how I do it, basically. But at the same time, it's probably better to watch how I did it in the past compared to how I'm about to do it because I don't have that much weight to lose. I got like 13 pounds. So I'm going to lose that 13 pounds lickety split. And I tell people all the time if you got a lot of weight to lose, don't lose it real fast. I only got 13 pounds. I could lose that in a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying, and still keep my muscle and strength. So that's my far fetched part, right? All right, so if I get down to 170, double that is what? 340. I want to be as close to that on the bench press as possible at 170. I could do that if I bulk, but by the time I bulk back up, I'll be probably 350, 360. But my thing is, whatever I get to on the bench press, I want to maintain that strength on my cut, which a lot of people say you can't do. It depends on how you do it. I got plenty of videos proving it's doable. Or I got plenty of videos proving that it's doable. Plenty of them. Last year, now the deadlift doesn't really move as much as the squat and bench when it comes to bulking and cutting. But of course, I kept my deadlift when I was cutting, but I kept my bench. Like I wasn't benching, I was dumbbell benching, incline mostly, and I forget what dumbbells I got up to because I had lost all my strength before because you use it or lose it. All right, you gotta if you're smart about lifting. If you haven't lifted in a while, if you lifted or haven't done a certain lift in a while, you don't pick up where you left off. That's asking for an injury. You don't do that. All right, so I'm in here talking to y'all in the dark like it's light. I'm gonna treat it the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna treat it the same. Same thing. Like a lot of times when I'm cutting, my workout intensity, just something else comes out of me. I don't know what it is. So last year I was 160 something when I was lean, and I was You know what I'm saying? I was dumbbell bench pressing about my body weight. Well, no, I wasn't. I was bench pressing the 160s. We didn't even have 160s. We had 125s at crunch, and I think I was dumbbell benching the 115s for like high reps at 165 pounds. Now I think I got the strength to do the 125s or better again, but I go to Max Fitness and they got 150-pound dumbbells, and I want to touch those. I ain't touched them yet because I've been focusing on the barbell. Now I do need to start implementing dumbbell bench pressing back into my regimen, mainly just because I want that goal. All right, I'm pretty sure I could do that on flat bench probably right now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start that. I just came up with a plan as I'm making the plan. Or telling y'all the plan I already got right, and I gotta stick to the script on telling y'all that. But I just made up a new part of the plan. I need to get the 150s or as close as I possibly can before I start cutting. I want to get that. You know what I'm saying? So next time I go to the gym, or within the next 3 or 4 times I go to the gym, I have to start doing those dumbbells again. All right. Um. So my squat, I'm gonna do high reps. I need to really do my volume work again. I need to do my volume work on bench press too, but I'm gonna do like back and forth between volume and strength. Deadlift, strength movement, but I also need to break it down and swallow my pride and do a little volume on that too. You know what I'm saying? But I never like to go over 5 reps on deadlift, right? I don't. And when I'm saying how many reps, I'm talking about how intense I'm doing with the reps though too. So I'm not talking about 5 reps. You can't see me, but I'm not talking about 5 reps that go up very easy. I'm talking about 5 reps that is just gonna take something out of you to get it up. You know what I'm saying? Um, but rest days, I had 2 rest days. I feel good. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I didn't go to the gym today, this morning. I usually go to the gym before work when I'm on day shift. And I used to go to work a gym after work on night shift or something like that. I forget exactly how I used to do it, but it was different. All right, that was years ago, and my gym is out of town, so it's different. I can't really, I gotta finagle how I do it, but I make sure I get it done. I make sure I still get that same work every week. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's a will, there's a way. You make a way. All right, so I gotta get ready for work and all that, but I'm gonna do what I do regardless, man. I'm gonna make a 10-minute in a dark video. Oh, I'm gonna give y'all some tips too for those who are still watching. I know a lot of people are struggling right now. Bills are hard to pay, rent is hard to pay. I've been through all this before. Being in the dark right now, it don't bother me at all. I just went to sleep. Other people outside, they tripping, and a lot of people never had their lights off. If you ain't got no business, I'm gonna give you some tips. If you ain't got no business going in the refrigerator, don't open the refrigerator. Let that refrigerator keep its coldness or how much it can for as long as it can until you get that bill paid. If that's why your lights are off, they should cut my lights on this morning. By the time I get back from work, I do a 12 and a half hour shift, so I'm pretty guaranteed that by the time I get back from work, my lights will be back on. But lights, water, whatever. Like, okay, water. Let's say your water is off. Take a shower somewhere else. Um, Buy some gallons of water from the store or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Wipe up. If it's kind of cold, if it ain't your temperature, whatever you want, so what? Better than going somewhere stinking. And also make sure you go to work regardless. All right? You need them bills gonna come every month, and you gonna have to pay them. And the more you don't pay them, the more late fees and the more pile up, and the more harder it's gonna be to get it back on after they cut it off. And then it's gonna be a chain reaction. I'm speaking from experience. You get that light bill, that turns into the water bill. The water bill, your rent. You got late fees on this, late fees on that. Then you got a big eviction notice on your door, and they gonna make sure the world see it. And it's embarrassing. But not only is it embarrassing, you might actually not have a place to stay. You know what I'm saying? And everybody ain't got somewhere to fall back on. And even if you got somebody to fall back on, how many times you gonna be able to fall back on them if they know you just using them to fall back on them? If that's what you're doing, allegedly for educational purposes only. I'm not accusing anybody, but that's my thing though. So what am I doing on deadlift? Deadlift. Last time I deadlifted, I went heavy anyways, and I did like 495, which ain't heaviest that I can go. I can go with my mid fives, but I need to go ahead and do 405 or less. What I need to do is, if I do want to go heavy, because I want to go heavy, I need to go as heavy as I can with double overhand grip. For those who don't understand that, mixed grip when you turn one of your hands, you need to don't do it, all right, because you don't know what you're doing yet. A lot of people think you turn both of your hands and do a deadlift, supinated. Nah, there's people that do that, but it's not smart. And then those people that do that, the ones that don't get hurt really know what they're doing, so they got a technique for it. But at the same time, double overhand deadlift, I usually get up to like 315 doing that, and then I start mixed gripping. How much can I double overhand deadlift? I don't know, maybe four. But at the same time, if I get to the maximum amount that I can with the double overhand before I start mixed gripping, and then, or just do just that and don't and finish the workout after that. For those who understand lifting, understand what I'm saying. For those who don't, it'll come to you later. Y'all gotta get some experience under your belt before you understand. Um, don't just try to learn something just from a video either. Listen, learn, implement what you can. Talk to your doctor. Don't get injured. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I do. But what I'm saying is that experience is gonna be your best teacher. All right, so it's gonna help you understand what a person is saying, the things that you might not understand. That I'm saying. So you get what I'm saying, right? So that will carry over to when I go back to doing with mixed grip. Same thing I do when I say I don't use gloves, chalk. I don't do nothing. I use bare hands. I be deadlifting 500 and something pounds bare handed. I never use straps. So I don't use straps, gloves, chalk, or a belt. And I'm saying that so when I start implementing those things, I don't see myself ever using straps. But I mean, it's a possibility in the future. But I don't know. I tried it one time. I ain't like it. And I don't think I used them right. I don't like the idea of straps. I don't need them. My grip strength is good. Also, I want to try to do sumo, but I'm not worried about that right now. That's not really on any of my front burners, back burners. It's not even as important as accessories or anything else. Right now, my diet and my workout and my recovery and my hydration. And last but not least, supplementation. I don't do a lot of supplements. I do creatine. I do pre-workout before I work out. I don't even do protein powder like that. Like I ain't bought a thing of protein powder in a long time. I ain't saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'd rather eat food. You know what I'm saying? If I got enough protein throughout my food, I don't really need a protein shake. Now I do protein bars sometimes for a snack with protein in it. Of course, that's the same protein as a protein shake. I'm not saying I'm against protein shakes. I'm just saying that's eating. I rather eat my protein than drink it. Just like calories, I rather eat my calories than drink it. People wonder why I'm not fat, even on a bulk. Of course, I got more body fat on me than I would if I was cutting or if I was done cutting. But people wonder why I'm not fat even on a bulk because I'm not a big fan of drinking my calories. The other day I went to the Whataburger and I had a burger and a Sprite. That was the first full calorie soda that I had in a while. Every once in a while I have one. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And tell people all the time, you drinking all your calories and then you eating all your calories. If you're eating thousands of calories a day, then you drinking thousands of calories a day. The average person, I'm telling you, nobody believes me when I say this because they will not, they refuse to count their calories. And the few that do count their calories after I tell them this and they try to figure it out, they're highly surprised. Because I tell people all the time the average person eats over 5,000 calories a day. People don't believe me because they don't count their drinks, they don't count their sauces, they don't count anything else that they put on their food, and that's even if they count the food. A lot of people don't count nothing, but people that do count, they don't count everything, and they think it's a chore to count everything. They think it's too much, and and it can be. Don't get me wrong. I've had times where I didn't see food, I see numbers, still see numbers, but it was like I see nothing but numbers, like the Matrix. And I was like, yo, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not tracking, if you're not, whatever isn't measured can't be managed. So people that scared of getting on the scale, people that scared of tracking and counting calories or whatever, you'll have a hard time. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying you're gonna have a harder time. Now, a lot of people say you don't have to because they know somebody that didn't count calories and lost weight. They still got in a caloric deficit, even if they got on medication to get in a caloric deficit, something to suppress their diet, their appetite. Guess what? If they're eating less food, that means they're having less calories than they had before, i.e., the definition of what caloric deficit. Oh, you don't go to the get in caloric deficit. You don't go to. Come on, man. And it's always people that I'm not dissing. I'm just saying the people that don't lose weight be the ones that say this stuff the most. Which means what? They have misconceptions about weight loss, which means they need to watch my video, top 10 misconceptions about weight loss, and see what misconceptions they have so they can fix them. And also, they need to stop waiting into New Year's. It's right around the corner, but you can make some progress whether losing some weight or learning how to in that amount of time. Or you could wait until New Year's and then have a game plan so when you start off right. Watch these videos in this playlist. Comment, like, subscribe, share, holler back at your boy. It's your boy, Reverend Type Fitness. Peace.